Hi, this is Ian Groh filling in for Bob Lee on Outside the Lines. Today we're going to take a deeper look into the NBA free agency market and how it's changed since the 1990s. Now we're going to take a closer look at what rivalries were like back in the day when Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were playing ball.
Rivalries are born, but they never die. Rivalries live on. The names and the stories may change, but the feeling remains. What mattered so much then matters now. Rivalries never die.
Now we're going to hear from Pascack Valley's very own basketball coach Doug Goodman on his views of how the NBA free agency market has changed the game over the past several years. Hello, Mr. Goodman.
Hello.
Do you think players' mentalities have changed since they entered the free agency market?
Yeah, I believe they're definitely more loyal to money than maybe they would have been to an organization before.
So do you think players, you say in the 80s and the 90s, were more loyal than they are now?
Yeah, they're more willing to stick with a team and see that team build up through a process instead of just having 3 or 4 great players all go to the same team and try to win a championship that way.
So they're championship crazed and money crazed, you'd say?
I wouldn't use the word craze, but I would say the emphasis has shifted to the money.
Do you think that superstars, teaming up with superstars like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, for an easier path to a championship, do you think that's fair, or do you think it's different from what it was in the past?
Yeah, I don't know if it's fair. My guess is it is fair. It just seems like kind of more of a cop-out way to win a championship. You take the classic example of Michael Jordan working to make everybody around him better. That's the way he did it rather than just saying, well, if I go to this team or that team and play with these guys, I can win no problem. Seems like there was a little more hard work and effort put in.
The free agency market discredits players' legacies, as you just said. Michael Jordan was a guy who was going to build up a team, and now LeBron James, he was pretty much taking the easy way out.
I don't know if it discredits them based on how much money they make, because I think the players, if they generate a lot of money, I think they're entitled to a large portion of that money. But in terms, there will always be that part of the debate when people compare LeBron James and Michael Jordan. The way that they won the championships is certainly different, and I think that certainly there's an advantage to the way Michael Jordan did things.
Next up on today's episode, we are going to look at how players use the free agency market to dictate their futures in the league. We're going to look a little bit closer at one of the most recent ones of memory, Dwight Howard's Dwightmare.
Chris Broussard reporting that New Jersey has been told by Howard's reps that the Nets are his preferred destination, and that
Howard putting it out there, I'd like to go to the Nets.
Yeah, Dwight Nets. Every time Dwight talks, it is something different.
He created all of this, okay? He is the one that has been saying he wanted to leave. He is the one that has been saying his team is not good enough. He is the one that questioned the organization.
The coach right now, and I'm the coach until they decide I'm not the coach.
Howard would be going to the Lakers. Andre Iguodala would be going from Philadelphia to Denver. Andrew Bynum and Jason Richardson.
Nobody's going to take away that joy that I have right now about being in LA, being on the Lakers team.
Well, we all know the Dwightmare doesn't end in LA. He moves on to Houston after many disputes with Kobe Bryant and a horrible season for a very talented Los Angeles Laker team. Well, as you just saw, Dwight Howard had a 3-year-long journey going back and forth between different teams, not making up his mind, all before he was even a free agent. So this really shows what the free agency market does to the teams and the players before they hit the market. The free agency market has a huge impact on the league even before the players declared a free agent. And that pretty much wraps up our episode of Outside the Lines today. Thank you for watching, and any more information involving NBA free agency, feel free to go to our website by clicking on the link above.